the reason it was hard to wake up was because the night, not only had I gone to bed a bit later than usual, yeah, but I had gone to bed after watching a movie that really shook me in the core of my being. And what this movie was explaining was that I am in a simulation which I've kind of essentially created for myself, keeping me this somewhat docile human existence that I think is totally fine and totally okay. With all this being said, there's nothing wrong with how I live my life, and there's nothing wrong about it, but it's like to ask myself the question, did I actually choose this way to live? Or was this placed upon me? And the actual fact of you can break out of this way of living if you want to or so desire by creating and forging a new identity for yourself. Because this identity that you've created and adopted through life experiences and life as it happens, you kind of develop these models of behavior to survive, right? We survive in this way of living life. And it's got us up to this point where we are in life, where we are right now. And our outside circumstances are essentially a result of what all these influences have had on our mind and the impressions that it has made. And as a result, we do and say and live life the way in accordance to these models that we've built up in our minds, or the mind has created for survival. And there might get to a point in life when you're realizing that this isn't exactly what it is that I want or need, or something feels a little bit off and funny here. And a lot of this movie was explaining to me that, I am also the person filling up my apartment with IKEA furniture. This is like a metaphor for consumer culture. But it could be consumerism in the big sense of it. It could be wasting your time on YouTube or Instagram Reels or TikTok Reels on internet and going through loads of information that don't actually necessarily support your life in any way whatsoever. Which was an crazy realization. There's one part in the movie where they talk about, where Taylor Durden says, do you know what a duvet is? And the main character, I forgot his name in the movie, says, yeah. And then Tyler's like, why do you know that piece of information? Like, why do we know the information about celebrities and people that we have no direct contact with? But yeah, that information is kind of valuable to our lives somehow. And it was just really eye-opening about the things that I take in, for example. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the main theme I took away from the movie was, are you actually choosing what you want, or have you been chosen for by society and the rules that society plays? It's not to condemn society, and it's not to say society is wrong and all stuff. It is what it is. But it's to realize, are you choosing what you want? Are you choosing the place you want to be and live the way you want to live and say the thing that you want to say? Or are we just conforming to what we believe society wants? Society is essentially a construct of our own minds to keep things in order. And it's not to say, again, society is wrong. It's just to decide if you want to do what you're doing, the way you're doing it. On the surface, it could be like, I'm working a job I don't like, but I think and feel it goes way deeper. I think and feel that it goes into the point where it's your thoughts that you have that are those the thoughts that you actually even want to have. The way you speak, the way you talk, the way you interact with the world, the lifestyle that you actually have. Is that something you chose, or is that something that has been placed upon you and you feel like you can't break out of it? It's really interesting. I don't know where this goes, but it really hit me hard yesterday about the whole process of seeing what you've become, seeing the person that you've become. Again, nothing wrong, just to see it.